Hello, my name is Denise Evanishin, and I'm doing this video on discussion as an instructional strategy as part of my Provincial Instructor's Diploma. What is a discussion? Discussion is simply the act of talking to one person or a group of people. As an instructional strategy, this method can be both challenging and rewarding. A well-planned discussion group can enhance student motivation, stimulate critical thinking, and provide learners with the opportunity to appreciate different points of view. Discussions, when not planned well, can be both chaotic and anxiety-producing for both learners and instructors. In this video, I'm going to provide some easy tips and tricks to help anyone who is thinking of leading a discussion group. As with any good lesson planning, the key is in the pre-planning. An instructor should plan the following. Choose a subject matter. The discussion subject should fit with the goals and objectives of the entire course. What do you want the learners to take away from the discussion? Ask yourself if there's specific questions attached to this discussion. If so, are you going to supply the learners with the questions before the discussion or on the day of the discussion? Provide the learner with any information they need to study on before the discussion, or you need to plan for time on the day of the discussion. Do they need to know the questions beforehand or just the readings? Remembering that your learners will have different learning perspectives, so be familiar with your learners' learning styles so that you are able to prevent anxiety and confusion in the class. An example would be if your students have no prior learning on the subject, make sure that you provide some readings beforehand so everyone is prepared. Or if your learners are known to be a group of introverted students, you may provide some smaller group activities so that everyone is comfortable enough to participate in the discussion. This prevents some of the chaos and anxiety that I spoke of earlier. So now you're going to arrange your group so that they are able to face each other. And remembering that if there's persons in the class that don't get along that you know of, you might want to switch the groups up or put smaller classes. You're going to provide any flip charts, paper items, or anything they need to write with. And then you're going to do introductions if they don't know each other, or an icebreaker if it's needed. This just creates a positive learning environment and makes everybody more comfortable. Then you're going to explain the guidelines and the rules of the discussion. So everyone is to speak respectfully. There's no put-downs, even funny ones. Confidentiality should remain in the class. You're going to state the goals and objectives once again. You're going to give the questions to each group if this is what was previously decided. You're going to let the students aware of how much time they have in their group, and are they expected to present their findings to other groups. Let them know ahead of time so they can work this out amongst themselves. Once the groups have begun their discussion, as an instructor, you should be moving around the room and answering any questions that groups have, or asking questions to get the group started. This is part of the pre-planning portion. Or if this is one discussion group, prepare some questions that are thought-provoking to get the discussion started. Remember, do not answer your own questions. Revise the question or ask it again at a later time if it is not answered at first. So after the allotted time, you're going to have the groups meet back as a larger group and present the findings to everyone. Or you're going to go over the findings with the group. Ask the learners to write down what they've learned to later be placed in their journals. Or ask the group if there's one thing that happened that changed their way of thinking. What was one thing that you did not think or know about before the discussion? Ask learners what they thought went well, what they liked, and did not like about the experience. Remembering, each time you lead a discussion group as an instructor, you will learn and grow yourself. So it is helpful to journal what went well and what did not work so that you will remember for the next discussion group that you lead.
Created using Powtoon.